Okay, let's do the teachings with prayers before teachings. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sara Mahajavahum. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all my sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all my sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all my sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimmeasurable ocean of samsaric sufferings and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Hayata, Shami, Shamawati, Shamita, Shankru, Angre, Mangre, Marosite, Karote, Keore, Tezowati, Oluyani, Ushada, Nimani. Mana panaye, kukre, kaka, grase, grasani, omuki, para, muki, amuki, shamitani, sawa, graha, banda, nani, nekhitra, sawa, para, pawadina, vimuta, mara, pasha, sidapitwa, buddha, mudra, anun, gadita, sawa, mari, putarita, parishudi, bikasantu, sawa, mara, kramani. I prostrate to gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy sites of space and joy, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical animation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka samarata shada rasa marayapi. Aka samarata shada rasa marayapi. Aka samarata shada rasa marayapi. Tayata kati kati par kati parasam gati podi soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained. And by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anchor to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered to mentally transform. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginner's time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of Sangha of monks and a great gathering of Sangha of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dhamma called profound illumination, and at the same time, Nova Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing a profound Prajna Paramita, saw in this way: He saw the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice a profound prajna paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice a profound prajna paramita should sing this way, seeing the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness. Emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dhammas, no eye dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dhammas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of prajna paramita. Since there's no obscuration of mind, there's no fear, they transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the 3 times by means of prajna paramita fully awaken to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. That's the great mantra of prajna paramita, the mantra of great insight, unsurpassed mantra, unequaled mantra, the mantra that comes all suffering should be known as truth. Since there's no deception, the prajna paramita mantra is said in this way. Yayata kati kati parakati parasamgati padi svaha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasava should train in the profound prajna paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from the samadhi and praised Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice the profound prajna paramita just as he had taught, and all the Tagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Sariputra and Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, the whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay.
Thank you, Anita Chen.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, 师父。
Good evening, 师父。
好。
师父晚上好，
大家好。
晚上好。
晚上好。
师父晚上好。
应该把师父照片贴在这里。
对了哈，你急了。Okay, let's offer mandala. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Raja Ground Ahum. Here's the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Raja Light Ahum. At the outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Puvavidiha. In the south, Jambuvipa. In the west, Aparagodaniya. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Vidiha. Around the south, Chamara and Apachamara. Around the west, Satta and Uttarmantrin. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Kurava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish-granting tree. In the west is the wish-granting cow. In the north is a harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel. Here's the precious jewel. Here's the precious queen. Here's the precious minister. Here's the precious elephant. Here's the precious and best of horses. Here's the precious general. Here's the great treasure vast. Here's the goddess of beauty. Here's the goddess of garlands. Here's the goddess of song. Here's the goddess of dance. Here's the goddess of flowers. Here's the goddess of incense. Here's the goddess of light. Here's the goddess of perfume. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. Here's the umbrella of all that is precious. Here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection lacking in nothing, I offer to you my kind and holy roots Lama, together with you, Venerable lineage Lamas, And to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Lo Zhang Doang Doji Chang, together with the Assembly of Gods. I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through a great compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer in this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from 3 poisons. May my Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Idam Guru Rana Mandala Kapniya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path, from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances in the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the 2 precious Bodhisattvas. Okay, let's pray Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche. Touching the leg.
Evening, Rinpoche.
Evening, Rinpoche.
Evening, Rinpoche.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good morning to those of you who are in Canada and America. Very late for those of you in Australia. I don't know what time in Australia now. So it's very late.
After 10.
So
10:30.
So today I'm going to talk about a little bit about what is the main thing about Mahayana Buddhism and what is the main activity of Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is because I feel many people still don't understand what Mahayana Buddhism actually is and what is it based on, right? And so I want to explain. And hopefully everybody can have a meaningful understanding. It's just like what I want to say about SBL, right? The Stop, Breathe, Live. Many people want to learn many things. Many people want to learn this, they want to learn that, but I want to share something with everybody is I myself practice in terms of meditation. For it to have some result, it takes at least about 5 to 6 years. And 5 to 6 years doing the same few things. So what I want to say is this, it is not how much we know, but how deep do we know about ourselves, and how deep did the teachings have intermingled and the practices have intermingled with ourselves. There are many people who want to learn many new things, especially these days when many people are more Western educated and they want to collect a vast collection of knowledge. But all I want to say is this: a vast collection of knowledge does not equate to a vast collection of merit. A vast collection of merit is very important for the merit for something to allow the roots to grow deep, and for the foundation to be stable, to be steady, and to grow deep. Just like if there is a earthquake, then there is no problem. Just like for bamboo to grow, even if you transplant the bamboo, right? It seems like it takes forever for the bamboo to show any signs of growing. But then when the roots grow deep enough and the roots are stable enough, when things are well prepared, then all it takes, instead of so many years to grow the roots, when it's time for the roots to grow, then when it's time for the plant to be ready, when the roots are ready, then the results show very, very quickly. So what is the qualifiable entry point to say that I am a Mahayana practitioner? Okay. The qualifiable entry point is to say, I have practiced, each and every one of us practice a genuine practice of generating and maintaining a compassionate heart and mind. Okay. In one way is to say, Theravada Buddhism deals with the correction of body, speech, and mind. Another way of saying, Mahayana Buddhism deals with the connection of body, speech, and mind. So when we say connection, what does the connection here means? The connection here really means we want to be able to connect to all beings, regardless of who and what they are. And when it comes to that, we must all understand this. It has to come from compassion. If we do not have compassion, we can practice to grow compassion. Just like, you grow a rice plant, then you have one rice, the seed, okay, and then it becomes a seedling, and then after, when it becomes like an adult plant, then you do not need to always maintain that the rice plant is always soaking in water or muddy water. Can let it dry out by itself. And so the main thing is this: when the rice seedling is growing, you need a lot of water. That is compassion as the foundation. And then when the plant is grown and sturdy and is beginning to ripen, to give some more seeds, then the plant actually becomes humble and bends down. Right? And so from this, then it bends down, and even if the mouse eat it, the rats eat it, the humans eat it, whatever, the plant is no problem. So the main thing is we should learn from the rice plant, okay, to be humble, and then to give, okay. And so this is something that is a very important aspect for each and every one of us to understand. So this is the foundational aspect when it comes to Mahayana Buddhism. So then what is the main activity of Mahayana Buddhism? Can Can any of you answer me? What is the main activity of Mahayana Buddhism? You can unmute and speak.
Good evening, Rinpoche. Is it to benefit others through service?
Okay, what else? Thank you. Let's have a few answers. Everybody's looking at the screen and looking away. And
You may unmute your mic now, those in the audience, and then you can reply to Rinpoche's question. Thank you.
what is the main activity of Mahayana Buddhism?
Rinpoche,
Yeah.
liberating of self and others. Chinese say 自度度他.
Liberating of self and others. Alexandra here says to attain enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Okay, and what else? All are not wrong answers.
Cultivating bodhicitta.
Okay, not wrong. Showing compassion. Okay, what else? Thank you. To be open-minded. Okay, what else? Come. It's good, it's good. Awaken our Buddha nature for self and others. What else? See all beings as Buddha.
Spread of teaching Buddhism to others.
Okay, spread the teaching of Buddhism to others. What else? What is the, if you want to say the activity, the one line? Dalai Mama? Babette says,
Making effort. I'm trying to find the words. Making effort to realize the truth.
Making efforts to realize the truth, acceptance of all sentient beings, train the higher trainings, mind transformation. Come, some more. Renunciation, bodhicitta, right view of emptiness. Oh, all these are good answers. Very nice. Some are feeling answers, some are textbook answers. What else? Any other attempts? Become a Buddha for benefit of all sentient beings. Okay. See the world as a realm of transmigration. Okay, what else? After all your answers, maybe I'll take in 3 more answers before I share mine. Lead all beings to Buddhahood.
Good evening, Rinpoche. 度众生离苦得乐.
So how do you say that in English? Poke all beings to be free of pain and be happy. 度众生, to liberate all beings to be free. Break off samsara realm. What else? To train in wisdom and compassion. Okay. I give you my answer, okay? I share with you my answer. Now you already heard everybody's answer, but I want to go straight to the point. Straight to the point is to subdue our mind. Okay? That is the activity of Mahayana Buddhism. First is compassion, with compassion as the foundational motivation. then we need that foundation to lead to the activity of subduing the mind. And how does subduing the mind work? Some Rinpoche says, pull the carpet off the ground under your feet. Okay? That means your guru is the one that is able to show you to you. Okay? And like I said before, Buddhism is not for everybody. Because we must first accept that it's not everybody wants to be liberated. Right? If not, then I will be going around, a practitioner will be going around and thinking, self-cherishing mind to think, or some self-righteous mind to think, I'm here to liberate you from your suffering. Okay, I'm here to lead you to be free from your suffering. I'm here to hold your hand and bring you to the land of hope. Okay, and so all this then becomes self-righteousness, isn't it? Okay, so we must first understand and first accept not all beings want to be liberated. Who are the beings who want to be liberated? Definitely, we must go through one thing is this thing called suffering, right? It's difficult to be liberated when we are so addicted to the phone. Even when we are listening to Dharma teaching, we are looking at the mobile phone, staring at the mobile, and then we are smiling and texting, or we are and this and that, right? Okay, so it's difficult. Even if there's time of Dharma teaching, then really there is so much distraction. There is so much things to distract our mind with. Okay, so when we say the activity of Mahayana Buddhism really is to subdue our mind, subdue our body, subdue our speech, subdue our mind. Where does the activity of subduing really lead us to? It leads us to something is called the feeling of awkwardness. The feeling of being always to know that we are in the between. We are in between yesterday and tomorrow. That is now, right? We are between yesterday and tomorrow. We are in between eating the next meal, last meal and next meal. We are always in between something, but we don't realize it. And therefore, we always want to be in control of so many things. One of the main thing about being in control can even be the idea of storing of food, storing of material things, storing of Dharma things, okay, and it becomes spiritual materialism. Okay, storing of knowledge, storing of stories, storing of experiences, storing of so many things that we can store. So when it comes to our actual Dharma practice, then what are we to do? You know, we can actually learn so many Dharma things online. We actually do so many. We can actually read so many things and have so much knowledge from the internet today. But you know, then comes the question is, then why do I need a guru? Okay, why do I need a guru? So therefore, the answer is, if you don't have a guru, we don't know what we need to subdue. because we all have our own blind spots. And we just have to be honest about it. We don't need to tell other people our blind spot when we find out, but we just need to be honest to who? We need to be honest to ourselves, right? We all have different kinds of addictions. We have an addiction to food, addiction to drink, addiction to shopping. I think nowadays addiction to Amazon shopping, internet shopping, Lazada, Shopee, all these kind of things, right? Taobao, Tianmao, everything, all this, so many things, so fun to shop, right? And you don't even need to carry it because it's delivered to your doorstep. Okay, so as you can see, we have so much things to camouflage. We have so many things to camouflage ourselves. Okay, and the most important thing is this: we always want to camouflage our self-grasping ignorance. Okay, so this is the main thing. We are always camouflaging our self-grasping ignorance. And so based on that, the self-grasping ignorance, then we really have to think and reflect. Because of this self-grasping ignorance, then what is it that I should be doing? Okay, we have to recognize with this self-grasping ignorance, we are always, since we maybe first already recognize, we are always looking for different things to do. And like you see, we are looking for different doors of Dharma. I will just label them as doors of Dharma. Right? Oh, some people learn this method of meditation, that method of meditation. So what if we know 1,000 methods of meditation? There's not one method that the roots have already sunken deep and sunken in and sunken deep for ourselves. Okay, so that is something that is very important. I give you one nice example. Some people are so afraid to take to receive initiations because of a very rampant problem. The rampant problem amongst everybody now is this. You know, we are also used to saying one thing: I'm very busy. Okay, who is not busy? Who is not busy? Okay, so I'm very busy has already become a camouflage for something that we don't feel like doing. Okay, and that is the dangerous thing. I don't feel, I'm very busy to cover up, I don't feel like doing. And therefore, if we understand, then there is the entrance point of compassion, because we are here, we are there, but there is the inauspicious condition of I'm very busy, not bonding with the Dharma. Like putting a tablespoon of sugar in water, but the sugar refused to dissolve. The sugar refused to dissolve. So how you stir, the sugar crystals and the water is still separate. Just like if you use, the sugar is made from glass and not actual sugar. Okay, this is what most of us, most people these days face, this inauspicious condition, or inauspicious occurrence of not wanting to bond with Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga, 100% Guru Yoga is the foundation of Vajrayana Buddhism. Okay, Guru Yoga is the foundation that we can bond with the manifested aspects of enlightenment, the multifaceted aspects of enlightenment, as according to the karmic condition that the Guru and the disciples are in. So many of us don't want to bond. And so, you know, the scary word used in English is commitment. Have you done your commitments? Shit, all the men, so many men are not getting married because they are afraid of commitment. So many women also, nowadays, everybody afraid of commitment, so they're not getting married, right? So they don't want commitment. And then here, don't get married, but there's a commitment from Guru. Shit. Right? So they use a bad word called commitment. Okay? The next bad word they use, have you done your homework? Who likes to do homework? When you were in school, do you like to do homework? Teacher, you go to school already, such a terrible chore, right? I don't know about you. I didn't like to go to school. Go to school and then have a homework. Oh gosh. So already, you know, when we now cultivating the path of enlightenment, there are two bad words, like vulgar words, homework and commitment. Isn't it? Right? So there are two bad words. There's a homework and a commitment. So we should subdue our mind and transform to say that the daily bonding time with our mind union deity, right? And so what's the mind union deity? Is Guru in the aspect of a manifested form of the deity. So mind union deity. So every day we take some time to bond. The good thing about the deity is the deity doesn't talk back to us, you see. But if you have a partner, your partner will talk back to you, right? And if you don't do things according to your partner's expectation, you probably get scolded too, right? So when we talk about the commitments, do every day do your homework and every day do your commitment. These are bad words, isn't it? So we should change. When you are in love, you're very happy to do, right? Why is it that when you are in love, you are very happy to do? Just like when you become a mother loves the child, the mother can do anything for the family, mother can do everything for the children. Why? Because there is love. Okay? So when we say about Dharma cultivation, what does it do for us? It really, the main purpose is to subdue our mind. And what kind of mind are we subduing? We must know. Because mind is beginningless, mind is endless. And so if you want to say the subdue the mind, then what the mind are we talking about? So do you mind? Okay. So the mind that we are talking about now is our ego, self-grasping ignorance. Okay. We look at one thing, okay? How many of you play computer games before? Okay, play computer games before. Okay. So the rest of you don't play, huh? Very good. So you don't play computer games and you don't watch TV? Okay. So definitely there may be something, okay, that you may play games or even playing games before when you are young. I'm not saying now. In your life, definitely you have played computer games. You have watched TV. You have chased after TV serials, isn't it? Right? Are these real? Were they real? In the computer screen, even when you are chasing after Pokemon and you are chasing after the Pokeballs, and or when you are playing Mario Brothers, right? And there's some other of your those superpowers of the game, are they real? Okay, but the main thing is this: when you are playing, your mind is as exactly the same emotion come out. If you lose the fight, if you lose the battle, if you lost the trading and everything, right? I remember when I was young, I played one game. It's about buying and selling, trading things. Like I was a trader in between Singapore and Batavia and like this, right? And Hong Kong and Shanghai. So there was some trading game. So I was always so very affected when there were bandits, sea pirates coming to attack, and stealing my goods. I got really upset. So then after that, one day I just thought, I like this game so much and it upset me so much, really extreme of happiness and sadness and anger. And this anger is real. And this thing comes from what? This thing comes from something we don't even have. We don't even know this called computer game. This computer game, you see, if we are angry with somebody, we can blame somebody, right? For example, right? If Melvin Yo from Malacca, right? Now I have to disturb him a little bit, right? So I have to say, oh, I was expecting Melvin Yo to send me something yummy, right? But nothing came, right? Nothing came. Only some small thing, right? And then I was like, right? So what hurt me? My expectation, or is it this Melvin Yo character? So you see, so when we have somebody to blame, we blame somebody, isn't it? So we blame and justify that it's because there's somebody, that's why I'm like that, right? Correct? Now, you play computer game, or when you watch the TV serial, dramas, or we watch a movie and have something, and then you equally get angry, you equally get upset, you equally get this and that. So are you going to blame the program that made you angry? So these people are only pretending. For example, is there a real Spider-Man? Or is there a real Incredible Hulk? Right? Is there even a real Monkey King? But it can, while watching the show, it can drive our mind up and down. We cannot control. So is it we have anger and we have righteousness and we have all these things, or is it some external thing? Right? So the best thing is, right, like I said, the best thing to see whether we have compassion and or we have self-righteousness, strong self-grasping ignorance. Just look at any time, the best thing is look at all the political talk and rallies. Or it will trigger everybody's innate karma to come out, all the karma will come out. Or people will start talking as though that they have the power to change, and everybody talk as though they are, if they ran the country will be a much better place. Okay, everybody know how to talk. Okay, but really when it comes to doing, oh, so difficult. Okay, so that's why when we say, when you practice to subdue the mind, when we practice to subdue the mind, it is very important to understand we are subduing the mind that is not based on anybody else. That is not based on other people's personality or this or that, but we are subduing the mind that is really based on our self-grasping ignorance. That is why we need to do purification practice based on self-grasping ignorance. Not because of other people harm us, other people say us, other people do things not good enough for us. But it is you have your own problem. Because you have your own self-grasping ignorance. Isn't it? Like I'm sure you all heard about this story, right? There's a celebration going on, right? And so what is the celebration? The previous life, the grandfather is always fishing in the lake behind the house, right? And so then what happened? The next life is the fish. The next life he took rebirth as a fish in the lake. Then the grandmother who was always guarding the house became the pet dog of the house, right? The gravest enemy, the enemy of the family, enemy of the family is the baby sitting on the daughter of the wife's lap. Okay, so the wife is carrying the baby, but this baby was a previous life, the neighbor who was the greatest enemy, right? And the grandmother is eating the flesh of the grandfather, that is the fish that was being cooked, right? So samsara is like this. It always goes round and round due to the conditions. So it's a funny and painful at the same time. Okay, so when we say we want to do purification and we are practicing, so what is it that we want to practice anyway? Okay, so the main thing to practice is really based on what I told you just now, right? Your anger is your own. Your judgmentalism is also your own. Okay, so your knowledge is your own and your practice is also your own. So what is important is for each and every one of us. Wow, thank you, Hui Jin, for the rice on your head. Right, and so you see, it is really ourselves that we need to practice. Not our guru need to practice. Not other people need to practice. It's ourselves need to practice. That's why when it says what is the main activity of Mahayana Buddhism, it is to subdue our mind. And the mind is this self-grasping ignorance as the root of this mind. Foundational root, or maybe don't say root, let's call this the container of them. Container of you. What are you? You are contained. Whatever you are or whatever we believe we are held and contained by our self-grasping ignorance as the container. So if you are a container made from plastic, or if you're a container made from, if your self-grasping ignorance is made from glass, made from stainless steel, made from gold, made from plastic, you know, then as accordingly, conditions will change very quickly. Do you understand? Right? Do you understand? Okay. So this is what I want everybody to readjust your viewpoint. It is our self-grasping ignorance, nothing else. Whatever happens to us that screws us and screws our mind, that disturb our mind, you know, it's not because something happened. It's because our mind was waiting to be triggered. Make sense? Okay. Right. Just like the white cat beside Suzette, right? That was looking at the screen and looking at the camera and this and that, right? So that cat was waiting to see what would happen if some food would come out from the screen, maybe. Right? So that's just how it is. Why are we all in samsara? It's because this samsara is we created it and waiting for things to happen. So while we are waiting for things to happen, Jia Rong says, self-grasping ignorance. Can you kindly further explain further? Based on ignorance, okay? Like for example, Jia Rong, I want to see your face. Where are you? Yeah. Can you shave your hair now?
Now,
Yeah. Or maybe shave one eyebrow.
if really need to, can.
Okay. So if really need to, can.
Yes.
But why?
Why? I think I hold on to this form that I recognize as myself label as Jia Rong.
Yeah. So that is grasping, right?
Yes.
So is that ignorance?
Yeah, in certain aspect, yes.
Is it? Look at the ignorance part. Because you only believe that you are private limited. Teo Jia Rong private limited. Isn't it?
Yes.
Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are limitless beings. We ordinary beings are private limited beings. Understand?
Understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so based on that, private limited beings. Private limited and becomes private is self. Because it's limited, we want to be special, we have a grasping. Just like some people, when you think of them in that kind of clothes. For example, maybe good idea, now we see Joshua Lim. Now he quickly ran away. Joshua Lim always wearing sporty clothes, right? Right? So now Joshua Lim, if I were to ask you from now onwards, every time I see you, you need to wear floral clothes. Okay? You need to wear floral clothes. Right? And Wai Fong also, Wai Fong Fong also need to wear floral clothes. Or maybe wear a scarf. Okay? Yeah. Then becomes very difficult because already you have fixated form, fixated mind, fixated things that say, oh, I am like this. Like, for example, give a good idea. From the day I know Linda Ang till today, her spectacle frame is the same type, her hairstyle also same type, like this, right? You don't see Linda Ang having, different hairstyle, right? Like Dorje Howe also same, always want to maintain the idea that they're still young and strong and funky, you know. Oh gosh, every one of us here going to die soon, you know. Now with COVID, we should be even more confident that we are dying faster, right? Instead of having more confidence that we have bonded well with enlightened mind, it becomes a very difficult. We are instead of being strongly bonded with a divine body, speech, and mind, we become more strongly bonded with samsara and all its trappings. Am I right to say? Okay. So that's about the self-grasping ignorance thing. Okay. So there are some questions. Good evening, Rinpoche. Knowing that samsara is unpredictable and untrustworthy, how do you manage to stay sane and in the middle and staying in the middle path, not lured by temptations of samsara? How do you know that I'm not lured by the temptations of samsara? Right? Look at, I see mooncakes, I'm very happy. Right? I see durian, I'm happier. Right? If you bring me to eat Indian food, nasi biryani, I'm happiest. It's just that the people who are supposed to bring me go eat Indian food only bring the Indian food to my house and limited me to eat how much I can eat. So I feel so sad. Right? So you see all this samsaric talk and samsaric idea of how things should be, must be, this and that, you know, is the main thing that keeps me in the middle path. How do I keep myself in the middle path? I tell myself, after so many lifetimes of ups and downs, so many lifetimes of unpredictability, whom we trust, but end up they don't trust Dharma, they trust money more. Whom we give the honest, actual teaching, but in the end, and you trust them, you entrusted them with things, and yet they trust their self-grasping ignorance more. So how do I manage to stay sane? Motivation. Will I be tempted in samsara? Who said not? Everybody is tempted in samsara. Right? Even in a hot day, some people who like beer, they say, oh, they need an ice cold beer. I'm thinking ice cold Coke with a slice of lime. You know, I'm not interested in beer. I'm interested in Coca-Cola, you know. Yeah, ice cold Coca-Cola or Coke or Pepsi, you know, with a slice or two of lime. Wow. That is also a temptation of samsara. So how do I manage to stay sane when you're sick and tired of for me, it's not just sick and tired. I already I train myself to see everything that I'm seeing in the so-called reality is also everything I'm seeing in the so-called TV, things that I hear, things that I see. Everything is an illusion. It doesn't mean that watching the illusion cannot be fun. You know, it's just like, you know, when you're playing with children and the children say they are cooking this for you with the pots and pans and everything, they serve you, like curry flavored coffee, will you drink? Right? If the child says, "Oh, this is a cup of curry flavored coffee with a dash of chocolate and cherries," then you just pretend it's very nice and you eat and drink, isn't it? And just be very happy. It doesn't mean that in this illusion we cannot, we in all these illusions that we have to be disillusioned. I feel when we are able to see and we are able to maintain freedom, then I think that's nice. That's how I personally do like that. If we keep on saying that, oh, it's tiring, oh, it's boring, oh, it's I give up and this and that, all you ask for it. You'll be asking for more pain. Okay. Next question is, why do I get depression in a Buddhist perspective? When you get depression, whether Buddhist or not. You see, that's the main thing. You see, there must always be, what is a Buddhist perspective? Buddha didn't say that if you are Buddhist, then you get depression. Buddha said this is the nature of samsara. Okay, the whole idea of us needing to be Buddhist, in that idea, the Christian don't get Christian, have the way of you say, or Muslim, you have your way of saying, or Taoists have the way of saying, or we Buddhists have our own way of saying. No. Lord Buddha says to us, all beings want happiness and don't want suffering. Isn't it? Because of that, we all chase after even more happiness. To run away from suffering, we all want more happiness, and because of different kinds of expectations, we get depression. Isn't that true? Because of all kinds of things, we get depression. And do we get depression, or is it because our mind feels down, that's why it manifests as depression? Did somebody give us a certificate and say, okay, congratulations, now you have got this depression? Next time somebody say they have depression, you take a stick, you use your finger, put some charcoal and poke on the face, and now you got a depression on your face. Depression. Okay, so why do I get depression? Unfulfilled desires equates to all kinds of depression. Some people want to get married and for different kinds of reasons, and when all our desires are not met, then it becomes depressive. Or same of doing business or doing partnership, or some people think going to temple, and then they want, you see, I give you a very good example. Somebody okay, somebody need to switch off their mic. So somebody says that they've been upgrading themselves in learning all different kinds of therapies and stuff. So they want to, and that this person has been helping a lot of people online using Zoom. So they said they want to offer this service for free to my community to help people for their mental health. What do I think? So they want to ask me. So I did that. I said I would reflect upon it, and so therefore this is what I feel. Okay. You don't need to help to my people. You just need to help everybody that's connected to you. You understand? Not everybody who says that once you want to help wants to be helped by you or helped by me. You understand what I'm saying? Right? We all have a time. There is always a time and place for some things to manifest as a happening. So this is one of the things that is always faced by each and every one of us, that we all want to help and we want to look for somewhere else. We want to offer our service. And that's very nice, actually. It's really very nice. But what is nicer, if we go deeper, is that if you want to help, then help yourself and help the people around you. You see, like if you realize I don't tell people to go lose weight, right? Why? Because I myself fat. You see, I myself fat, right? What right have I got to tell people to lose weight, right? So if I myself is fat, then I don't tell people to go to the gym, right? So if I myself do my bonding practices with the with enlightened aspects and everything, if I do well, then I see and experience the benefit myself, then I can, with confidence, ask people to do, isn't it? Right? But if I myself really fat, then I ask people to lose weight, because it's like I myself judging that other people also fat, also plump and needing to lose weight. So that's personally how I feel. Okay, so there's a third question. Good evening. I happened to read an article about pollution of the mind. I would like to ask, why is there pollution of the mind in eating certain kinds of food, such as garlic, eggs, and certain type of meats? And if there's any pollution, how do we purify it? Thank you so much for your advice. So you see, in certain aspects of practices, then we try to practice. We try to practice in a way that is pure. So what does it mean in the way that is pure? That means we want to be clean. We want to be clean. And what does it mean to be clean? It means we want to be liberated from ourselves. So we are not liberated from ourselves, but yet we want to be clean. So what do we do then? Okay. Give you a good example is, why not eat strong tasting foods and certain kind of spice or certain kind of vegetables, even though if it's not meat? Simple, because we burp, right? Few hours after the food, we still burp, and we think about what we were eating, or we think about what we were eating, talking about with our friends, where we were eating, or whether it was enjoyable or not. We are having a conversation with ourselves. We are gossiping with ourselves. So how can we be liberating ourselves from ourselves? So that's why they say, okay, don't eat this, don't eat that. So during this time when we are trying to be clean, we are all drug addicts. Drug addicts of the addict of body, addict of speech, addict of mind. Mainly, we are drug addict of mind. Okay. But we don't really know, so it becomes a drug addict of body. So we like to eat. If you don't believe me, for those of us who like to drink coffee, just stay away from coffee for a few days. You know, you'll feel the withdrawal symptoms. Some of us are, you know, classical signs. You get angry when you are hungry. You see, or we are used to the taste of food, tasting in a certain way. When there's no egg in that food, then the taste of the food change, and then after that we are very affected. So what is it that it means that, you know, don't eat eggs, don't eat chives, don't eat onion, don't eat garlic, don't eat this kind of things? Is because these things have very strong flavors, or they would create strong flavors, which would distract our mind, which means it's difficult for us to experience a few days of our life that we can be free of ourselves. So we try to do certain practice that is called abstinence. There are people who are abstinence from this kind of this kind of foods, abstinence from activities, you know, no sexual activity, no drinking alcohol, no taking of drugs, no smoking, no eating of meat, you know, and this and that. So then they live very simply for a few days to tell, you know, it's like one thing. Many people, just like in the past when we did the Stop, Breathe, Live in Kota Tinggi, it is not by choice, but by force, right? Nobody is allowed to eat dinner, isn't it? So everybody is very frightened. Oh, I'll be so hungry. There's no dinner, this and that. But then the next morning, you know, they feel so good. Oh, I could actually survive not eating dinner. Of course, we will survive. We just need to, we will just suffer a little bit of hunger. When you can drink a lot of water, and then after you won't be hungry. Right. And then it's such a breakthrough. So the main thing right now is this: we need to create new experiences of breakthroughs that would stop whatever we believe that we cannot achieve or cannot do, or that we cannot be happy if we don't eat dinner. Like these few days, Vincent Kessler, I don't know how many more days he's not eating dinner. Huh?
Five more.
5 more days,
Yeah.
May you dream of all your favorite foods.
Yes. I will.
Yeah. Right. So that's the thing. So we all have so much of different kinds of mental fetters. We will, you know, we like to judge people, say, oh, those people who smoke are bad, those people who drink are bad, those people who have tattoos are bad, those people eat meat are bad, those people who go out shopping and clubbing late night are bad, you know, this and that. Because these are the convenient bads. Okay, let me tell you, if Mahakala comes, Mahakala will be clubbing at night. Mahakala will be filled with tattoo, isn't it? Mahakala will be big, strong, and angry, isn't it? Right? Mahakala will be wearing lots of chunky jewelry, isn't it? If Mahakala manifests in the human world, would Mahakala appear as powerful Dharma protector, appear as weak and meek and gentle and vegetarian and yes, like this? No, Mahakala will be big, strong, and hairy. Right? Isn't it? So we have to readjust. it's all our mental desire of how we feel and things must suit our ego. Is our ego want to create things like this and like that, right? Or if Pauden Lamo appears, Pauden Lamo, our Dharma protector, Pauden Lamo appears in this world, right? Oh, do you think she will appear as a high class, very meek and a quiet lady, or do you think she will appear to be like what Hui Jin has one t-shirt, right, that she wears at home, and every time I look at the t-shirt I roll my eyes. It says good girls don't make history or something like this, right? So that every time I see her wear the t-shirt, that I think, oh, good girls don't make history. Yes, like Pauden Lamo, yeah. Yeah, the glorious goddess Pauden Lamo. Yeah. So it's everything is in our mind. Okay, everything is in our mind and our ego of what we feel, we think this and must be and this and that, right? So like Guru Rinpoche, if Guru Rinpoche appear in front of you, or if you go back to 2,000 years ago to see Guru Rinpoche, you freak out, right? You freak out. If you really see Guru Rinpoche, you freak out. Right now, you are seeing a very Tibetanized Guru Rinpoche, handsome, clean, combed hair, and everything, right? How Guru Rinpoche really look like, I also don't know. Maybe when you see, you tell me, okay? Okay, yeah. So it's so many things is created by the conditioned aspect of self-grasping ignorance. How the deity must look like, how Guru Rinpoche must look like, is also our self-grasping ignorance. Can we really accept how Guru Rinpoche will look like? Right? So just one more question here. What is the purpose of doing our daily sadhana? To familiarize ourselves with the concept that we are the deity, get used to the idea that all sentient beings are Buddhas. What would we be thinking or feeling when we are doing sadhana and after the sadhana? Thank you for your teaching. What is the purpose of doing our daily sadhana? The purpose is a bonding. Okay, bonding, right? Good to is it to familiarize ourselves with the concept that we are the deity? No, you don't conceptualize being in love, right? Am I loving the right way? Am I hugging the right way? Am I holding the right way? Am I kissing the right way? Right? No, you don't like this, right? So there's no concept that you are the deity. There's no concept that you're a human being, or there's no concept of being you. You are just you. That's it. Right? You are just you. Jeremy in Australia is just Jeremy in Australia, in Melbourne. I don't see Jeremy have a concept or branding of Jeremy, or Mandy have a branding of Mandy Liao, right? Right? Or the Kamapangs and the Dalai Mamas, right? So what's their concept? What's their branding of the Kamapangs and the Dalai Mamas or the Mr. Stone? Do you know we have a cool Mr. Stone in our temple? Do you know? You don't know. We have a cool Mr. Stone. You don't know. Desmond Siak, Tai Lo. His surname is Stone, Desmond Siak, right? You don't know. So I'm telling you now, okay? So next time you see, hello, Mr. Stone. Yeah. And I'm not lying, right? His surname is Stone. So you say, he's cool, man. He's cool. Yeah. So you see, so getting used to the idea that all sentient beings, that we are the deity, get used to the idea that all sentient beings are Buddhas. All sentient beings are not Buddhas yet. That's why they are still sentient beings. Right? We are Buddha, you're not sentient being already. That's the difference. Sentient being and Buddha, very different. Okay, there's a lot of, we are Shen Jinping, we are still Shen Jinping, and you know yourself how crazy you are, right? Tiêu bố, ai mày à? Hả? Xì bố? Tiêu bố, mama? Tiêu à? Gam bố? Right? So I want to tell everybody, Dalai Lama can understand Hokkien and everything, okay? So don't think you all can carry on shooting whatever you are talking and Dalai Lama doesn't know, okay? Yeah. So anyway. So what should we be thinking or feeling when we are doing the sadhana? When you're doing the sadhana, you do the sadhana. You don't need to think. You need to spend the time to focus on, right? Like right now, you know how your fingers look like? You know how your face look like? But you're not used to, let's say if you are a man and then you have a woman's body, right? Right? So if you're a woman, you have a man's body, you're not used to it, right? So if your deity is, your idam is male or woman or male or female, you have to spend the time to re-look at how you want, people when they comb their hair, they style their hair, need to like this, like this, like this, then like, oh, the earrings must like this and stuff like that. You need to meditate to go into the details. Okay, then you got the thing called the kamka, right? The feeling. You understand what I'm saying? So when you are doing deity practice, you really need to spend the time to say, oh, how my hair is tied up, how many layers the hair is tied up, and then how my earrings look like, what brand they are, right? Okay. And then how my hair is going to come down. Okay. How, if I'm a lady, how big my breasts are going to be, how beautiful my limbs, slender, my Uncle Wong, why you laugh so happily? Okay, it's true. If you're a female deity, then you of course need to have all the physical attribute of a female goddess. Okay, one that what everybody wants to look. There's a prayer, right, in my long life prayer. That one that never tires of seeing. You see, right? Amitayus, the Buddha that nobody ever tires of seeing. So you must visualize and feel that you have that. To connect, you understand? Even there's a plug and there's a socket, the plug must be able to fit into the socket, even if there's electricity, isn't it? If not, then electricity cannot flow. So from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, their deities, the idams, they already enlightened in that aspect. Okay, so they want to come inside us. But for us, we must open ourselves. Then they already agree to come inside us. Okay. And then there is a blending. And it becomes no more self, no more others. No more self, no more others. Then there is no problem of self-grasping ignorance. But comes the equanimity for all beings. Understand? Okay, so sadhana really need to spend the time in the generation of the divine body of the deity. And you want to spend, and that itself is a vipassana practice. Vipassana in Theravada is really just focusing on the points up, point down, the light. But here if you are practicing Tantra, when you talk about sadhana, then the whole body is the nature of divine light. Right? Some deities have different fingers, have different colors, right? And so then you have to really go, oh, how the hair looks like, what is my hair do, right? How my clothes are floating almost touching my skin, but they are not touching my skin, they are floating. Okay, there's a vibration, there's a divine special vibration coming up from the deities that the clothes don't touch the skin. That's the reality of Buddha, you know. When Buddha was wearing his clothes, Buddha's clothes don't touch his skin. They're all like floating about, you know, an inch away from his body. So looks like he's wearing clothes, but he's actually not wearing clothes. Okay, so like this. So when you're doing sadhana, you focus on all these, then a generation of the bodhicitta, and then the focus on that, then you have to follow the words of your sadhana, mantra circles, what to visualize, so many things to do already. Follow the songbook. Sadhana also means song. Follow the songbook and sing as accordingly, okay? So what should you be thinking and feeling? Feeling bodhicitta, thinking about what you are supposed to be visualizing. Okay, some people say that, oh, I don't see anything. Of course you don't see anything. You're supposed to recreate what you're seeing. Just like, you know, you have a thought of how you should look like, right? Then you go and buy the clothes, right? Or some people say, oh, I can see myself wearing that. Right? So that's the basis of this. So you do this, you know, and then self is some time where you are really spending your body in meditation, prayer, speech in recitation, mind in visualization or thinking about how you want to look like as a deity. Okay, and the guru, one's guru as the deity and yourself all merged together, just like the perfect combination of milk and tea, or milk and coffee, or tea and coffee mixed together. So then there is no need to choose. Babette, have you tried tea and coffee mixed together?
Yes, I don't care for it. I don't care for it.
Okay, ask Anne to drink then. Okay.
Chai.
Only chai. You need the mixed tea, coffee, masala, and sugar.
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what I want to say for today. Does anybody else have any other questions? Sawadee people, you people have no more question, then that's it, then tonight, then you can resting, huh?
So, hi everyone in the audience. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, no questions. Okay. Then let's offer mandala, and then that's it. Good night.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephanie just joined, and it's good night. You see, she's very clever. You know, she knows what time you are teaching, completing, and then sign in from France. Rinpoche, I turned
better later than never, Rinpoche.
Yes. Yeah.
Tomorrow can attend Chinese.
Yeah, don't worry. Stephanie can attend the Chinese teaching.
I can't.
Anybody? Any other questions? Huh? Jack, don't play with fire, okay? You got a lot of fire behind you. Okay, please offer mandala. After offering mandala during the recitation of Mixema, please sing the Mixema and everybody unmute and sing the Mixema together.
Umahung, umahung, umahung. This ground anointed with perfumes, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer you visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Om Yidam Guru Rana Mandala Kapniya Tayami. Okay, let's go on to recite Rinpoche's long life prayer. Om Savasti. Like the countless light rays that radiate from Ruby Mountain, exquisite Amitayu, Lord of everlasting life, who cultivates and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality. Please instantly grant our Guru the city of stable and everlasting life. You're intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading holy Dharma through explanations of practices in order to lead disciples onto the path to liberation. You're the one who is ungo guide. Please live a long, stable life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to enjoy Esther's health. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru that your Dharma activities burn for far and wide. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to bless me to be never separated from you. In all my future rebirths, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru. May I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of stages and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Okay, let's go on to a dedication. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from the sufferings. May the precious Buddha mind not yet born rise and grow. May the born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Me to we na chin chin re me ke pe wo cha an chin ken zong ka do san dra pi jang la so me to we na chin chin re me ke wo cha an chin ken pe o jen zong ka do san tra pi a la so wa de me to we na chen chen re me ken pe wa yang an chen chen pe song chen song ka san tra pe jang la so. Okay, thank you, Rinpoche, for the teachings.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank
you, Rinpoche.
Okay, so now is we are in the midst of the 49 days prayer ceremony for all beings. For those of you who want to write a dedicated name or prayer for those who are sick, unwell, now is the best time to do so. Right? For we have the 49 days medicine Buddha healing ceremony. Okay, so please do as soon as possible so that we have more days to do the prayers together with you, for you all. Okay, thank you. Let us on your own side pray that this COVID be quickly be dissolved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche.